Hi there guys, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't watched before, my name is Jacob and I'm glad to have you here. Now in this video, I am going to run you through all of my spending for September. I did a video for all my spending in July and it seemed to be one of my more popular videos, so I thought I would go over in more depth and more accuracy my spending in September. In the July video, I was in the process of moving house, so quite a few of the numbers I kind of guesstimated and maybe over averaged a little bit. But I thought for the September video, as I am fully moved into my new house now and my bills are accurate and I know exactly what I've been spending and what for, I thought I would try and be as accurate as possible. So the numbers that I have today are the specific bill numbers and the specific amount that was spent for the total of September. So it's about as accurate as I could be. Now, before we get started, if I could just ask you guys to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. I've been making real progress on my subscriber count lately, and I would really appreciate it if you would hit that button and come along for the ride. Right then, let's start off with my biggest expense for the month. And to be honest, this is probably the biggest expense most people have: housing, or more importantly, mortgage. Now for me, because I have moved house recently, my mortgage has increased quite a bit. Now my mortgage in the old place, which was in the July numbers, was £409. But that has increased significantly because I borrowed a lot more money to move to my new house. So my new figure for my mortgage is £949.90. So more than double what I was paying in July. And that mortgage number is going to be for the foreseeable. We did sign up to a 30-year mortgage. I absolutely intend on making overpayments, so it won't actually be 30 years. But that is what we signed up for initially. And like I say, that figure is £949.90 a month. Next one on the list is council tax. Now, this is a strange one because normally I pay £164 a month. That's what I paid in the old house, and that's what I'm supposed to be paying in the new house. But when they were changing over my addresses and names and things like that, they have basically made a mistake. So for August, I didn't pay council tax. And for September, I have not paid any council tax. But they sent me a letter. And basically, I normally pay on the 10-month plan, which means I get February and March basically off, no payments. But because they have missed 2 payments in August and September, my payments will start in October and I will have to pay in February and March next year to make up for those missing months. So technically in September, I had no council tax payments, but normally it would be £164. So keep that in mind going forward. And obviously when I do my next month's, it will be included, but for this month I didn't pay it. Next big one is energy, electric and gas for me, and I'm with Octopus Energy, and my direct debit was for £88.46. Now I didn't actually use all of that, so some of that will be staying on my account in credit, ready for the winter time. But that is the direct debit that they take from me to cover all my costs. And like I say, leave a little bit left over for when my heating goes on in the winter and my bills increase. If you're not with Octopus Energy currently, I have a referral link in the description of this video down below. If you switch providers to Octopus Energy using my link, I will get £50 and you will also get £50 credit when they open your account. So to me, that seems really worthwhile. And we're coming into the winter now when bills start to increase quite a bit due to everybody putting the heating on. So if you want to get £50 of free money to heat your home with over the winter, consider switching providers to Octopus Energy, and like I say, use my link down below to get £50 free. Next bill is just a standard one, water costs. I just pay £21.50 a month. This is the same every month. I don't actually use that much. My account is always in credit, but they never seem to change the direct debit, so I just end up being a couple of £100 in credit most of the time. But like I say, £21.50 for water. Next one is TV and streaming. Now, in the old place, I used to be with Sky, but I have recently changed over to Virgin Media to provide both my TV and broadband because Sky were just wanting ridiculous money from me. They wanted something like £96 a month, and I was only paying them like £50 a month before. So I've scrapped that, binned off that service, cancelled the contract, and I've moved over to Virgin Media. And now on the new deal that I got with them, I am paying £41.50, and that's going to be for the next 18 months. And they give me, like I say, TV in 2 rooms, and I think it's 1 gig broadband. So pretty good if you ask me. But like I say, £41.50 for that. I also have another cost, which is for Apple TV. It's the only streaming service I actually subscribe to, and I pay £32.95 for this. Now, it's quite expensive, don't get me wrong, but I sign up to their, I think it's called their premium, like the Apple One package, something like that, where I basically get music streaming, all their TV services, magazines, extra storage on my phone, a bunch of different things, and I share it with about 4 different family members, and they all chip in. So really, I don't end up paying the full £30. I think I end up paying about £10, something like that. But I've included the full cost because technically that full cost does leave my account. So £32.95 for Apple. Next one is mobiles. Just me and my wife have SIM-only deals, and they are £6 each. So pretty cheap. We already have paid off our mobile phones. I've got an Apple iPhone 12, and I think my partner has an iPhone 12 as well. But like I say, we paid them off ages ago. So we just have SIM-only deals, which are worth £6 each a month. So £12 in total. Next cost is fuel for our cars. And this came to a grand total of £57.98 for the entire month. Now, we don't have car payments. Again, we paid off our cars quite a long time ago. We both choose to drive older cars, so we don't have any car payments. We try and keep our monthly expenses down by not having new cars and, cars on finance, that type of thing. So fuel is the only thing we have to put in our cars, so that's quite cheap. We do insure our cars, but we obviously insure them annually, so that cost will not be included in my monthly expenses. But when that annual cost comes around, which I think is at the start of the year, I will include that lump sum cost when I actually insure them. But for now, it's not included because it's not a monthly cost. The next cost on my list is Amazon. We must have made an order to Amazon, but I cannot think what for. But we paid £43.94 in total. But I ended up putting in a complaint because something we ordered was broken or damaged, is what I've written down. And we got a refund of £11. So in total, we actually only paid £32.94 for the stuff that we ordered. Next on the list is some painting materials from Wickes. We paid £62.60, and I think that was for paint and then some materials to go along with it because, like I say, we've moved into a new house recently and we've been doing some decorating. It's looking a lot better at the minute, I've got to say. I did a video of a house tour when I moved into the house. But it is looking quite a bit different now after some decorating. So I'll probably do an updated house tour at some point just to show you the decorating that we've done. And the last big cost on the list is food and takeaways. And this came to a grand total of £348.66. So that includes everything we spent at the supermarket for just our weekly shops, and that also includes any takeaways we had, which I can distinctly remember at least 1 or 2 trips to the Chinese, and I think there was a McDonald's thrown in there as well. So £348.66 for food costs. Now, I will say, in September, we did go away on holiday. We went to Santorini in Greece, and we spent 6 days there. But the costs for that I will not be including in this video. And the reason for that is I've done a separate Santorini costs video, which will be coming out later this week. So all the holiday costs I've wrapped up in that video, and I won't include them in this video because this is just a normal monthly expenditure video. And obviously holidays are not something I do normally. So I've included that in another video. And like I say, I'll post that later this week. So if you're interested in seeing that and how much it cost, tune in later in the week for that one. So what is the grand total for my monthly bills in September? Well, that figure comes to £1,590.51. So that is everything we spent in September. Food, mortgage, bills, you name it. That is what we spent. Just under £1,600. Now, if I compare that to the video I did on July's expenditure, that came to a total of £1,254. So there's roughly a £350 increase to the bills that we have in the new house. But we do have to keep in mind that my bills for this month of September are missing off £164 of council tax. So if you add that on, we're probably more in the realm of 500 to 550 as an increase on what we were spending in the old house. And to be honest, I think most of that cost, if not all of it, comes from the increase in mortgage payments. And like I say, that increase is £540, something like that. So pretty much our entire increase in bills comes from that, and everything else has more or less stayed the same. And to be honest, that is what I was expecting, because we are not frivolous people. To be honest, I am very frugal, and my wife, she didn't used to be very frugal, but she certainly has become that way over time. And that's just me rubbing off on her, of course. But we are quite frugal people, and we don't spend a lot on clothes and eating out, things like that, just lots of extra stuff. We don't have car payments like I mentioned earlier. So I don't know what you think of that, whether you think that is a normal monthly cost, maybe you think that's cheap, maybe you think it's expensive, but £1,590 is the costs for September. But like I say, if we add on the £160 that's missing, we're pretty much at about £1,700 and £50, something like that. 1,750 is probably going to be our ongoing costs moving forward. But I'll keep you updated on that as we go through the months, because I'm going to make this a regular monthly video. So I hope you're happy with that. Like I say, the July one seemed to be one of my most popular videos, which is why I thought I would continue this cost of living series. And I will just mention, like I say, for anybody who's noticed a few bills that might be missing, things like car insurance, things like TV license, house insurance, things like that, when they come up for renewal, I will include them in the month's expenditure. But for now, because I pay those type of things off annually, if they're not part of this month's bills, I just won't include them in that month. But if you keep watching, you will notice that on those months where they drop, there will obviously be an increase in spending, because that will have to be factored in. All right then guys, well, just a few extra things just before we finish off the video. In the description box down below, I've left a referral link for Octopus Energy if anybody is interested in switching over energy providers. I've also left a link for Buy Me a Coffee, which is basically just like a tips jar. And if anybody wants to leave me a tip for creating this video, if you enjoyed it, then feel free to hit that link and buy me a coffee. There's also a link to Amazon, and it's just an affiliate link. I don't get anything for you clicking the link, but if you buy anything from Amazon through my link, so you click the link, then buy something, then I get a very small commission for anything that you purchase, basically. I think it's 1 or 2% of the total that you order. So again, that is a way of just kind of like giving me a tip just for, you know, helping me out basically and helping out the channel. And as always, if you could like the video and subscribe to my channel on the way out, I would be so grateful. And guys, I will catch you in the next one.